there is no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in the case? There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime, correct?
You have drug charges: possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim, correct?
All right, friends, today I've got something you won't believe. This might just be one of the most clueless sovereign citizen cases I've ever come across. The man we're talking about here seems to have absolutely no idea how the court system works. In fact, he didn't even realize he was the defendant. Let that sink in. Walking into a courtroom without knowing you're the one on trial, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. On a scale of 1 to 10, how lost do you think he was? I'll give you my rating at the end, but spoiler alert, it's way off the charts. Now, to be fair, I want to tread carefully here. There's a chance he might be dealing with more than just a lack of legal knowledge, and I don't want to be unfair or unkind. But still, this is something you have to see for yourself. Let's get into it.
Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
David Walker.
Your Honor, it looks like he has 2 files.
I see that. All right, we'll next take up 2 cases, both entitled State of Kansas versus David Wayne Walker, 22 CR 398 and 22 CR 508. All right, we'll first take up 22 CR 508. This is my case. Mr. Walker, you failed to appear in front of me on July 17th for your preliminary hearing control docket. Where were you that day?
It's safe for sure, sir.
Okay, well, I issued a bench warrant bond forfeiture and set a new bond in the amount of $10,000 cash or surety. Are you still representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to continue representing yourself?
Look at me. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the paper. Yes, sir. Don't have any money to.
Pardon?
Yes, I guess I'll represent myself.
Okay. You understand that if you can't afford to hire an attorney, one would be appointed for you.
I don't know what he would do for me.
Okay. Well, he could provide you legal advice and perhaps advance any defenses you may have had, but if you want to represent yourself, you have that right. I just want to make sure you understand that if you can't afford an attorney and would like to have one represented you, I would appoint one for you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you wish to continue representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
The docket notes don't reflect if a waiver of counsel was ever signed. Do you have any notes that would reflect that he's waived counsel on the record or otherwise, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, I just note that on December 30th of 2022, defendant stated that he would hire his own counsel, and then he had a failure to appear, and on May 5th, we did not appoint any counsel. I don't show an actual waiver, and the notes don't reflect that he did a waiver on the record. It just says that he would hire his own attorney.
Okay. Well, Mr. Walker, you've indicated here on the record that you wish to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. So I'm going to have you, if the jail has one, sign a waiver of counsel. Do you have a form?
I believe so.
All right. Can you read through that? Make sure you understand it. If you have any questions, be sure to ask me.
There is no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in the case?
Now do you see why I said this man seems completely lost in the process? I'm not here to take shots at anyone with genuine challenges, but at this point, there's just no logical explanation for what's going on. He was offered a free court-appointed attorney, and turned it down. Then, while getting ready to sign a form confirming that he understands the risks of representing himself, His very first question to the judge is, "Am I the defendant?" Seriously, can anyone make sense of that in the comments? I can't tell if this is supposed to be part of some sovereign citizen tactic, or if he truly has no clue what's happening. Even if you know nothing about the law, the one thing you should know in a courtroom is whether or not you are the one on trial, especially when you're already in custody. If this is meant to be an act, it's without a doubt one of the least convincing performances I've ever seen. What do you think? Let's jump back into it.
There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime, correct? The crime that I'm accused of, there is no victim in the crime.
The state of Kansas, you have drug charges: possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim, correct? No victim in the crime. No victim.
I'm not sure I understand your question and what that has to do with your waiver of counsel.
Well, I'm the defendant. There must be someone making a claim that
The state of Kansas is making the charges against you, Mr. Walker.
the state of Kansas is the victim.
The state of Kansas charged you with these crimes. Do you wish to represent yourself, or do you wish to have an attorney representing you?
I will represent myself.
You've got a waiver of counsel in front of you, correct?
Yes, I suppose so. Why do I need to sign? Why do I need to sign it? Why do I need to sign this?
Because I like to have it documented in the file that you understand that you have a right to have an attorney representing you, and that if you can't afford to hire one would be appointed for you. And you understand that, and knowing those rights, you wish to represent yourself. That just documents that for the court file.
What I don't understand is why there is charges against me when there is no victim.
All right, Mr. Walker, I'm not going to play this game this afternoon. I'm going to set this case
Why are we playing a game
in front of me on.
Master question?
At this point, the judge is allowing him to get his questions on the record, and they're not small ones. We're talking about things like, am I incarcerated right now? And are you the judge? It's almost hard to believe. Part of me wonders if this sovereign citizen is pretending not to understand. Maybe trying to set up some kind of legal angle later. In some cases, defendants will claim they didn't understand their rights or the charges in order to challenge the verdict under something called ineffective assistance of counsel. I can't say for certain if that's what's happening here, but I wouldn't be shocked. The real question is he genuinely this confused, or is it all an act? Honestly, it's difficult to tell. What do you think? Is he intentionally playing dumb, or completely lost in the process? Let's get back to it.
October.
Trying to understand.
Mr. Walker, your case is being set on October 10th at 2:30 in front of myself, and that will be done by Zoom. That's the felony preliminary hearing control docket. October 10th at 2:30.
Your Honor.
You got a $10,000 cash or surety bond on that case.
Yeah. I was wondering if I would be able to have access to certain legal things to be able to put my case up.
I believe they've got a law library there at the jail. I'm not sure what kind of access they provide to you, but you can consult with somebody there at the jail.
Okay.
All right, I'm now going to take up 22 CR 398. This is Judge Webster's case. Looks like you failed to appear in front of her on July 31st. She set a new bond for $6,000 cash or surety. You've already had a first appearance, so I'm going to set this in front of Judge Webster on October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. That will be by Zoom, October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. So again, your bond is $6,000 cash or surety. Anything else on this case, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Your Honor, was the time for court on October 10th for 22 CR 508, was that 2:30?
That's correct.
Just clarifying. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in recess. Mr. Walker, you are excused. Thank you.
It's safe to say this man won't be walking out of court anytime soon. What makes it worse is that he had the chance to get a court-appointed lawyer and turned it down. I'll never understand why so many sovereign citizens refuse even basic standby counsel, whether they believe the court has no authority or not. The reality is simple: the law still applies, and the court will keep moving forward, regardless of their beliefs. If anything, it would be smarter to have someone there to guide them through the process, even if they disagree with the system. But instead, they stick to these strange ideas that only hurt their own case. This man, for example, treated the offer of legal help like it was some sort of trap. Now, he's in an even worse position because he doesn't even know the most basic facts about his own case. I'll be honest, I do feel a bit of sympathy for him. Maybe he's genuinely confused or struggling, but that still doesn't make it a wise choice to go down this sovereign citizen path. Time and again, people in that movement act as though they're above the law, but the truth is, the court doesn't stop for anyone. It's both frustrating and sad to watch. If he had used some common sense, he could have had someone help him navigate the system. Instead, we're watching him ask the judge if he's the defendant, something he should have known before he ever stepped foot in the courtroom. So, what's your take? Is he pretending not to understand, or is he truly that unaware? Either way, this hearing was a complete mess for him. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more cases like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.